the cat.
Computer. Yeah, even Roxy got a couple sessions in. So I think that's why she wants to come to the computer, because she can feel the healing here.
She's more playful, that's for sure.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, let me start by just sharing my screen. How about this? I'm going to just do a quick introductions to frequency and just a little bit of information so you have a better understanding. Also the protocol for Manjita and Gail and Aura, who didn't get a chance to experience this. Kathy was going to be my demo today, but I think she's getting a little wet with a hurricane, so we wish her the best. My name is Bridget Riggs. These are my creds. I've been in research for a long time, and my experience has been 20 years in the healing, on my own healing journey. I ran a research lab, a cancer research lab, for about 10 years. And that's when I got sick and I had to quit, and that's when I started to do JSJ. So, and I am also a mother of 2, and my oldest baby today is 28 years old, so happy birthday, Stephanie. We'll see you soon. She's got another baby in the oven due the end of January, so I'm excited about that. Because JSJ with the grandkids, her oldest, who's now 16 months, has never been sick. So fingers and toes, 26, 9, and 2 daily. So this is just all the things I did for a long time. We won't go through them, but as you can see, a lot of time, a lot of money, thousands of dollars I have spent. I mean, my last year before I quit work was monthly $200 Rolfing sessions, weekly deep tissue massage to just help with all the knots. Even though I'm my own massage therapist, I did the Thuricane. I abused my body with everything, still nothing. Just, I didn't know. I mean, I wasn't really doing JSJ every day, but that's when I started to do it because I started taking more self-help classes. Well, I finally read a book that's with Dr. Emoto about frequencies and words. If you haven't gotten the book, do, or Google it on the computer. But this just shows what he did in experiments, and this has been reproduced all over the world, where you just said words and he froze the water and took pictures of it, and you can see the beautiful words of eternal peace, how the formation of that frequency is in a solid fixture. But evil, and you disgust me, those words have an effect on us. Most of our trauma in our biofield, which goes out 8 feet, is trauma that we had, words, things we saw, things we didn't understand, under 7 years old. It gets trapped in our body. And there's more scientific documentation coming out where any child under the age of 7 that had a traumatic event, divorce, death, anything, being humiliated even, they will develop an autoimmune disease. And that's what I eventually got, was Hashimoto's. And the side effects on that, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. The depression, the fatigue, not willing to get out of bed, it was pretty awful. And thank God JSJ kind of bumped me out of that. But it wasn't until November 2019 that I started with tuning forks, and I started using them on myself and putting them on myself. That's when I really started the shift of the healing actually going into the better side. Like every day I got better and better. It wasn't 4 days, 4 steps back, 3 days up. No, it was moving forward every day. And when I would wake up with an ache or some disharmony, get the tuning forks, started doing more meditations. I mean, I just started doing everything possible, but really it was the tuning forks that kind of shifted me. But as you can see here with the words, how important words are, and words as well as thoughts. And I love this picture here because it shows you all the different words and the different vibrations, and it's equivalent to your chakras. So it's, you have your purple chakra here, blue, green, or excuse me, purple, blue, green is your heart, solar plexus is yellow, orange is sacral, root is red. So you could see the different words. I mean, I always thought guilt, being raised Catholic, was normal. It's not. Not only is it not normal, but look where it is. It's even below the heart chakra. So guilt out the door. No more, no more. I look every day. Do I have any of these? No, I don't want these because it's not vibrating in a true harmonious homeostasis body. So words, thoughts, very important. Here's another diagram which I love because it basically shows you same as the other one, but different words that you can say. And this is why affirmations are so important and why they work. I am joy, I am peace, I am love. If you said that every moment instead of going, oh, I screwed that up. Oh, damn it, I forgot that, I'm so stupid. I don't even say those words. I hate it. It makes me ill to say those words. That was a daily occurrence for me at my job for 10 years because I was such a perfectionist and I wanted to prove prove to my boss how competent I was in my late 40s, and I destroyed my body. And I don't want anybody else to do that. Maybe you've already done it, but you younger people, just don't do that. It's just doesn't serve any purpose. Except for the pharmaceuticals, you can get on those drugs and then, give them your money like I did for a while, but keep your money for yourself. Buy the healing, just saying. Here's another one which absolutely I connected with, and I've been trying to eat less red meat because I don't feel well after I eat it and do more eggs. But when I saw this chart, I'm like, okay, maybe not. Unfortunately, it cut the bottom one off, but the very bottom one is death, and it's all processed foods, bacon, but the nitrate infected one, not the nitrate free ones that I eat, other things like that. But if you just look to see where we need to eat, this is the true food pyramid, not the one United States gave us years ago where it was carbs, 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 death, death, death. Gluten is our enemy. The gluten has the pesticides and will give you leaky gut and then turn a whole other adventure down. I've done that. Just don't do it. It's just not worth it. I'm not saying you can never have gluten again. What I'm saying is you need to change your body, change your frequency before you have that gluten, and it will not affect you the way it did before. I used to take my tuning fork after I would eat something gluten and go after my stomach with it, just lay on it for 20 minutes, do some JSJ, I was fine. But I realized the energy that it's giving me as I'm putting into mouth, is it really worth it? Is what I question at this point. Again, my journey, not your journey, just giving you information out there because it's been 20 years of me getting up to where I am right today. And then this is a quote Healy has at their website: future medicine will be medicine of frequencies. And this is Albert Einstein that said this, but this has been kind of put underneath the rug again because frequencies, I mean, you can't take it in a pill. I mean, people don't even know how to get frequencies. So now, instead of doing the tuning fork, because I was doing on people, on myself, but I was getting little fractures on my bones because of the tuning fork. It is kind of rough. And they say not to do it, 5 people a day, only do 1 or 2 because it is rough on you. Well, now this Healy now has this little tiny technological miracle here has all the frequencies needed and then some, more so than the tuning fork. And I don't have the data up on my charts, but they are frequencies specifically to harmonize a liver, a kidney. The data's out there, been out there for hundreds of years. It's now all coming to. So real quick, this is a slide showing the 2 different ways Healy works. You have the microcurrents, which is the cell, the physical manifested body, which you put the leads on your body here with a wet cotton ball on your wrist, or you have the little sticky pads that you put it on your pain points. You turn it on, it goes. Minimum sessions are about 30. You can go up to an hour. I believe the Big Mac Daddy one is electromagnetic sensitivity, which is an 86-minute protocol. That one I've only done a few times. That one's only come up on my profile a few times, but it's really when you spend a lot of time on the computer. And unfortunately, my iPad even told me my percentage was up like 150% from last week because I've been doing so much work, you know, online. Not complaining, just saying, I mean, I know everybody since the event has happened has done a lot of computer work. Be respectful for your body and realize that you need to go at a minimum, go outside 20 minutes and ground on an earth surface, sand, concrete, grass, to dispense that extra energy that you have so that it won't cause disharmony in your body. Another aspect of the Healy is the working on the unmanifested body, or your biofield, which goes out 8 feet around you. That's what I did for everybody on Wednesday through Sunday, if, you know, depending on when you participated. So everybody got to receive those frequencies. And that is how I worked on people with a tuning fork. I would come in like a record player and come up and down around the body, and you could actually hear the different tones kind of change a little bit. When it was a little bit of heaviness, you could hear the tuning fork kind of go a little wah, you know, sound. When it was a little excited, it would go up, go, you know, sound. You don't have to do this with this. You just sit down, you lay down, you meditate. It's awesome. Applying it to being a practitioner, me personally, I would put it on my client on the table, set them up with a microcurrents first, do my JSJ. Then when they leave, tell them at least 3 times that day at such and such time, I want you to have a moment to relax and meditate, however you want to do, to receive these 15-minute frequency boosts several times during the day. That way it works in the unmanifested body. Again, and then depending how you want to do that, more than, I mean, they say to do, if you have something chronic like this, to do it for a full month. So it'd be 3 to 4 sessions a day, the 12-minute burst for a month, and you will definitely see a change. Now, I only I think the most was 5 days, so that's almost a quarter of, so you got a quarter of the benefit that you would if we did this for a full month. So just kind of sit with that, and we'll talk later on question and answer. This was a show that I thought was fascinating. All this data is coming out now, new science. I follow Dr. Dispenza, Bruce Lipton. They're amazing scientists that have been around for a long time. They're no longer with mainstream, as well as myself. I refuse to be with the pharmaceutical cancer industry because that's not where my idea of health is. That's money. This is true health. This is an example of how long it takes the actual skin to regenerate itself. Liver, bones, blood, brain. So 2 months for your DNA, I'm sorry, if you go on a retreat for a month or so, if you can, detox, get well, have good thoughts, change your behaviors, you will see a change. Absolutely guaranteed. You will see something change. I guarantee it. Just from the data here of how things are getting regenerated. We can heal ourselves. We're regenerating ourselves all the time. So again, more proof on this. This is an example of the biofield and what I study with Eileen McCusick. She's up in Maine. This shows the chakras. This shows the years going away from the body. So you have trauma, she's saying that you could feel it with the tuning forks. And I was able to do all this and really did get a lot of fun with this information, but that's a lot of work to do when you can just pop the Healy on and just chill for the moment. So basically the protocol that we did was I called everybody first, did a Zoom class, got the date of birth, the location of birth, just like the astrology. I also took a picture to connect. I also put email so I could send you the files, phone number, just so it would be easier to contact. Not everybody did I get an address. I believe with Roxy, I did get her address. She's Paula's cat, because we didn't know date of birth for sure. So we went ahead and just put her address. Then I scanned during the Zoom call the top Healy programs, and there's like 144 different programs, but I just fine-tuned them for the Healy program specific. Then I got the top 3 and I rescanned them again. The whole time connecting with them, you have to put your print on or fingerprint to connect to the phone. But what I did is I touched the person on the computer and then touched my phone and connected with that. There is also a statement that I asked you both to say. So after we get all that data, then I would send them those 2 minutes and 49-second bursts of frequencies, which has been optimized by Healy in Germany to say, yes, sending frequencies out 3 to 4 times a day at the 2 minute 49 seconds is optimal for at least a month for anything chronic to get shifted. So then we decided after the Zoom call, what times during the day we will send the frequency calls. If you're pinging me, I'm pinging you, Messenger, Facebook, text, however, next time, because it was too many ways to do it, I'm focusing on probably just WhatsApp and just saying, let's ping here and move from there. A lot easier. Just giving you hints if you guys decide to do this for moving forward. Also, we set up, again, yeah, 3 or 4 times during the next 4 days. Now, I just did it till Sunday. Again, moving forward, I don't even know how I would use this. I would like you guys' information to kind of talk about it at the end to see what would be the best way to have this application to JSJ. And then also, as things got moving, I realized some people weren't having anything occur. Some people were having major tingling sensations, pressure, all kinds of stuff. So what I further did is gave more of an optimal guideline, more guidelines to have, a guideline to have an optimal session, which is this right here, where you drink clean water. Hopefully it's reversed osmosis for before, during, and after the session. He says at least 1 liter. I think 1 liter is excessive, but if you do 20 ounces before, during, and after, I think you're fine. Also, being in the moment, very key. Connecting with a person during the residence. And I had a statement that I had everybody say, I allow, accept, and acknowledge that the Healy will find the correct frequencies for me, for my highest good, and all beings. And that was just something I said, and if they said it and I said it together, I felt that that connected. I also decided to have a Jinshin flow or do the hand mudras, much more powerful. Also to be in an elevated state of emotion, like that chart I showed you, being happy, feeling love, thinking of a person, memory, or a place that makes you feel just so in love and in tune. Once you get that elevated stuff going, it changes everything. Everybody knows when you're in a bad mood, how you feel just heavy and low. That's matter pulling you down. That's the matter. We want to be energetic beings and happy and love. That's up here, like the angels. So again, just a different way to think about something here. Also, I've done this for years. David G, he's my mentor with meditation. Ananda Maya Moksha is a healing mantra. And I'm telling you, when I would do this, when I was getting frustrated in the day and like my mind wasn't working well and I was saying, you know, inappropriate thoughts like you're dumb, you're stupid, I just stopped and I would say Ananda Maya Moksha and breathe. It shifts everything. It is absolutely amazing. Then of course, after the session, very key important to go outside and ground yourself either on grass, concrete, an earth element, sand, whatever it is, at least 20 minutes. So that way all that energy gets dispensed out of your body into the Mother Earth, so it can be recycled again. But we are electronic beings. When we're in the house, you know, we're not grounded sometimes, especially over on a secondary or higher elevated house, story building, like a 10-story building. I think because it's concrete, it's kind of connected, and you can visually connect yourself and ground yourself, but it is really important to physically do that on a daily basis. Moving forward, I would like to, if anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to answer. But I would like to ask the participants, if you could just say a few sentences. I have key questions I wanted to ask. If you do daily JSJ, and if you do, how long do you do it? Because to me, it took me over a year after taking the self-help, or not the self-help, but the main 5-day classes. It took me a year before I started doing self-help. And I know you were supposed to, but I was like, I'll just, hold a finger. No, it's really important to do self-help like daily. So I will hand it over to the group, and then we can do testimonies, unless people have questions.
Bridget, Gail Oakray. When I was first off and ill like you, my self-help routine was 4 hours per day.
I do 3.
People didn't shove a lot, people that come in, that's why if you partner with a session, weekly session, it helps that, but you still need to do your piece of it. But people are just amazed. I was 4 hours plus per day, every single day, to able to work through all that. And like you, it was overwork of the body. Yep. I love the work, as you can always tell yet. But, that was just overuse, overwork of the body.
Right.
And, so sometimes when you're working through different things, it may take you a little bit to go, the word can be no,
Right.
So that's some internal stuff, and that's your own journey of how fast that goes through.
Exactly.
So it plays a piece of you of how much sometimes our lifestyle, and sometimes we have family commitments that we can't. My son was 2.5. I couldn't say, oh geez, I'm going to tie you to the couch because your mom's sick and she doesn't have the energy.
Right.
That wasn't going to happen, right?
Correct.
So, so therefore, there's a lot of extra cleanup because of that lifestyle, and if you're caring for people and things. So sometimes people just don't do a whole ton.
Right. That's why the people in Germany with Healy say, you can't just pop this Healy on, go about your day and expect everything to be fine. No, you have, and that's my whole point. I want Healy and JSJ together, and that knowledge together, because two separate, it's okay, but it's like logarithmic, I can't even say the word, but it's so much better to do it when you're doing, because when I'm doing self-help and I have this on, we're talking magic. I mean, you could feel the energy moving. You could feel, after I'm done with it, I feel my whole back on my 9 and 26 on my left side, about this much of an area just tingling for a good 30 minutes after I did the session. So I know something is moving in me. So again,
my science head, like you have a science head, is looking at this thinking, okay, so we have frequency and it's in a bell curve, right?
Right.
And you're either going to enhance them or diminish them.
Right.
So does that hit every single frequency? So if I'm giving X amount of flow, and Jin Jiu-Jitsu will always find balance, I have no doubt.
Right.
Is this enhancing where maybe it doesn't need to be enhanced? Is it diminishing where it needs to enhance? That's my question about playing together. And my other question is, insurance-wise, playing together. You're going to have another insurance plan for that.
Well, I know some people are having the Healy being purchased by insurance because it is FDA approved for pain. And that is the lowest program at $500. You get the main gold cycles and you get the pain programs. And I can show you that later as far as the different screens. But going out and see, this technology comes from Time Weaver, which is a machine in, it's a very big machine in Germany. It's not portable. This is portable. I mean, it's very portable. So this has all the information, all the frequencies. That's why they tell you when you're done with the session, go outside and ground. That way, any extra, anything, frequency, energy, disharmony, anything will be discharged so you can really be balanced right then and there. So moving forward, after a Jinshin session and the Healy, and you go outside, ground, and do the water, you are harmonized, you are balanced. That's why you feel so well after a session. Moving forward, your food, your water, your thought, your environment, everything needs to be in harmony, meaning being on that vibration of green or higher. If you do get a bad phone call or get something like that, then you gotta do your self-help, get back in the moment, take a moment to breathe. Even if you breathe, it releases 72% of your toxins in your body, 72%. You don't have to go in the sauna like me for an hour and sweat everything out. That takes time. Breathe, deep breath, happy thoughts. You will be harmonized. Now, as far as the insurance, again, you cannot claim anything about the Healy. All I'm saying about the Healy is that it sends you the correct frequencies for your body, period. It's up to your body and your mind to make it harmonize to health. So
That must be very similar to those raft machines. Raft.
Yes, exactly. Same technology. This technology has been around for a long time. This is the first time that it's portable. And I really do believe affordable. I mean, $600, I mean, if I charge $150 to come to a session, a Jinshin, I mean, why don't you buy the $500 one, and then I can send you the protocol afterwards, and then you just do consultant fees or something like that. I mean, there's 20 different ways to use it to enhance your business and your health. So thank you for those questions. Did I answer?
Yeah, you did. Thank you.
Okay.
Well done. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. To make it easy, because I see everybody, can we have Christian go first and give a few minutes?
So I found that with things like this, any effects tend to be more subtle and less noticeable for me. It was the same thing when I got attuned to Reiki. You know, everybody else had these big experiences, and I was like, I don't really feel anything, but it's kind of more on a subtle level. And it kind of was that with this too. I didn't really, I was, looking and kind of checking in with myself, and I didn't really notice any big changes. I guess maybe a little feeling calmer in general. But as far as like pain levels with things that I've been dealing with, I didn't really notice a change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, what we were sending was the biofield of you, nothing.
Yeah.
So pain specific like that, what I would do is put the leads on you and definitely get the frequency inside you, and there would be a shift of something. But again, pain can be from thoughts up here too. Yeah. So that's why, I mean, I don't have a disc between my S1 and L5. There's nothing there. I used to be in a lot of pain. I'm not in pain anymore. Why? The physical parts aren't physically there. I mean, you can hear my back popping when I turn, and my husband's like, "Are you okay? Did that hurt?" I'm good. So again, energies, it's a very interesting field. So thank you for sharing on that. And Marie, can you go next?
Hello.
Hi.
First, thank you, Bridget. That was quite an adventure. I don't know how long you want me to talk, but.
Well, if I could interrupt, you started on Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
And we had 4 sessions every day until Sunday. So I believe.
Day and then 4 every day, yeah.
Okay. So I think you got the most, and I think I calculated time-wise, and even though I'm only saying you had a 12-minute session, I think it was more like 15 or 20 because we had a couple extra ones because they were tied for the top 2. But you had about 240 minutes of frequencies. So just saying, I know, Kristen, you started noon about on Friday, so you had pretty much Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you had about 3 days, but Marie had, not like I'm trying to compare, I'm just saying, it's just putting the data out there as points, not to say anything more. Go ahead.
So I do JSJ self-help every day. Some days it's longer than others. Some days it's just when I lay down in bed to go to sleep and I hold my fingers. And other days it's more specific flows. And I do shamanic healing work through drumming for self-healing, and see a teacher a couple of times a month for that. So the times I notice energy move in my body, it typically displays in a change in temperature and a tingling sensation. So the very first time that we worked together, partway through towards the end, that is what I experienced. My whole body got warm. There was a tingling throughout my body, and just felt relaxed and a little excited because of the opportunity to play with this stuff. And by play, I don't mean to diminish it in any way, because it's all work, but I like to think about everything as play because it makes me happier.
And it's fun. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And, you had mentioned earlier that we don't know each other, but I felt connected to you actually from the first time I saw you on the Zoom call months ago, but even more so after our chat, as we have a lot of common history, physically, emotionally, and Catholically.
Yeah. You're my Jersey girl.
Yeah, and New Jersey girl. That's right. So I think it was the third day that we started with the Ananda Maya Muksha.
Yeah.
And that really shifted things. So the first few sessions, I would either sit or lie down and hold my 25s to regenerate, or hold my 19s for digestion, or I pick a spot, my 22, somewhere on my body that I would hold through the session. And sometimes I would get so relaxed I would doze off for a minute or two, and still feel the warmth and the tingling happening. But when I started with the mantra, it was like when I do drumming work, where you get to the theta waves pretty quickly for your body. So I start to feel altered. And then, so typically for me, when I do a counterclockwise rotation, which happens to me when I am going through that theta wave stuff, to me, that means I'm releasing something. And when I rotate clockwise, it's receiving something. So it was so interesting to me that while I was doing the mudras, when I was on the exhaling, I was going counterclockwise to let go, and the inhale clockwise. And it's not me controlling it. It just so happened. And then I was paying attention. I'm like, oh, check this out. So that was really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. And we went through, I did have a headache the first night. I didn't drink enough water. I woke up in the middle of the night with a headache and started guzzling more. And I noticed my urine output changed colors after a session from before, which made me think I was getting rid of toxins, because it was clear before, because I've been drinking a ton of water because I was on this cleanse for the last couple of weeks. So anyway, I noticed that too. And this morning, I felt kind of a shift in general, which I was excited about. So it's all fascinating. I love hearing more about it, and those charts that you put up were interesting. I want to take a little peek at those.
Sure.
And the Ho'oponopono, did I say that right?
Ho'oponopono, yeah. The Hawaiian prayer, yes.
Thank you for the reminder of that, because in between Ananda Maya Muksha, I've been saying that. So yeah.
That's my little secret sauce, because I lived in Hawaii for 5 years, and that's when I started learning reflexology and became a massage therapist and became very spiritual and part just about earthing and just everything out there. So I didn't hear about Ho'oponopono until I moved here, though. And when I first heard it, I'm like, I don't know about that. When I started doing it, I'm telling you, my husband does it. I do it to other people now. I was even doing it while people were getting the sessions during those 3 minutes. I was sending that out as well. So again, frequencies. It's all frequencies.
Well, I am a big proponent of positive words have energy and they're alive, and so be careful what you say.
Yes.
And I can tell you, all of my clients now, if they say something negative, they say cancel, cancel afterwards, because that's what I teach them. And so they'll do it to me. They'll be talking to me on the phone and they're like, oh, I was trying to do this and I was stupid. And then they go, okay, cancel, cancel. Or I'll say, I'm waiting. And then they know exactly what I want to hear.
Right.
Yeah. So
That's awesome. That's playing. That's truly playing. My husband and I do that all the time. And he'll say, cancel, cancel. And I'll say, before I would be like, okay. Now it's like, thank you. Because living in gratitude shifts anything. So I do say thank you, and being humble and not having my ego come out and play, because that's where it gets us, our ego. So
yeah.
Awesome, Marie. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else or?
Not that I can think of at the moment.
Okay. Thank you.
Very grateful. Thank you.
Jackie, you're up. And she's, I'm not sure if people know or not, but she's about 30 minutes outside of Dublin. So she was my longest long distance session. So.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it and it was really interesting. I found that each time was different, which I didn't expect. I mean, sometimes it was my back, sometimes it was my feet, or one time I forgot to drink water and I was just knackered, as they say here, for hours, and I realized to drink the water, and it was really good, and I think that it made me more settled, and I noticed that when I did Jin Shin Jitsu during it, I could feel like I was holding my threes and it was just going nuts. So it was good and I really appreciated it.
Cool. Okay, thank you. Palma. And Palma actually had her husband in a couple times and her cat, Roxy, as well.
Well, my husband's experience was that he was able to relax during it. He did not feel anything, except after last night, he was coughing less during the night. So I think it's doing something. And I forgot to tell him to do some Jin Shin Jitsu with it. And he said, well, I'm glad you did, because now I know what is working. If you combine it, then I don't know whether it's Jin Shin Jitsu or it's the Healy. So that was his comment. Okay. As far as Roxy is concerned, she seems to be a little bit more playful.
Cool.
And showing her butt on camera.
Sassy.
I apologize for that. For me, as soon as you said, would anybody like to try this? My inner self was like, yeah, I want to try it. I was really amazed with the first session. I've been having a problem with doing this. I mean, it really hurts, doing massage or even opening up a jar. I had help doing something and I had hurt myself. But on the first session, I couldn't believe it. This felt a little bit lighter. It wasn't as achy. I was really amazed. And I did not do any Jin Shin Jitsu the first time. The consecutive ones, I did do Jin Shin Jitsu, and I felt there were different movements going on. While I was doing the supervisor and mediator with it, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. It was like that, and I had the ballerina pose. I could actually feel movement in my right leg. It was almost like the first time I had Jin Shin Jitsu, where the girl said, would you like to receive Jin Shin Jitsu? And I said, what is that? She goes, completely relaxes you. After a massage, I could feel from my left foot some connection, something going up to my right hand, coming back down, and there was this dance of energy. That's how it felt. It was just, it was amazing to experience it again.
Yeah.
The other ones, I felt I had like a hat, on the side, and there was pressure. Then the next day, there was pressure this way, and I was using the mantra that you had suggested, And it was really interesting. I don't know what it was. I mean, I just kind of relaxed into it or breathed into it. But I find that, yeah, I'm more relaxed. I'm not getting as angry.
Yeah.
So that's something that I noticed as a shift.
Awesome. Okay,
Thank you. It was amazing. And
thank you.
hopefully I can have it in person.
Yeah, we'll work on that, yes. But yeah, so that's my question now is this something that something that you would add to your clientele? Is it something you think that you would just use for yourself? Give me a few thoughts, because I can see it be used 20 different ways. And I'm not sure what people think. I mean, would you have a client? Would you do this long distance? Would you do JSJ long distance, especially with the event happening and everything? Because people's mindsets have kind of shifted to, there's more people believing long distance healing can help now, as opposed to before the event. But I mean, you were there and I was here. So is it the education that was similar, that was in connection, or is it really truly a frequency and we're all one, like Mary says?
I'll comment if you want. I do long distance JSJ now. I have a few clients that are willing to. I have a couple who don't. One is concerned about where the energy is actually going to go because she feels like she's too open to do it. The other one I think he's an 84-year-old man and likes to hug me and just wants to feel hands-on because that's what he needs. So I totally honor that. And if I had one of these, I would. Financially, it's not something I could invest in right now or take the time to study because I feel like JSJ is,
Well,
I don't want to dilute my work with that right now.
right.
If I had one for myself, I would totally use it on myself and my husband with JSJ. So that's my current thoughts.
Okay,
right
thank
now.
you.
So.
Anybody else want to say anything? Because I know we're getting close to time.
I've come along slowly on things, so I'll get back to you in a while.
Oh, that's fine.
That's just my process. I'm not a quick jump on things. So
Not a problem. You can always communicate somehow, with me. But I would like testimonies written up, whenever you get to it. I'm not in any rush. I mean, I got a lot of stuff to do in planning this, but I'm going to take Tuesday off because I've been busy. I thought it was going to be easy. Manjit, do you want 1 second? I thought it'd be easy to kind of, I wasn't thinking about me. I was just thinking about doing. And when my calendar, I had like 3 or 4 little 15 minutes, maybe an hour here to have food. I was like, oh, what am I doing? But, I learned, yeah, I'm not going to do that again. So, Manjita.
I was wondering about that.
Oh.
So what's the cost of this? And you said that little thing.
So this is the basic product right here. It just clips on you and it has all the programming on here. And there's 2 different apps. The first app has all the programs here. This is Gold. These were all designed by, and I apologize not having it through my computer, but I couldn't do it. These were all the programs that Nino Nunes from Portugal has designed. He has a frequency research going on for many, many years. And he generously gave all that data for this program, for the Gold. Then we have, this is the second, this is the Pain. And because of the FDA, they made him take out all the notes and all the information. But I know this one's anxiety. This is anxiety and this one's depression. But you wouldn't know it because of the pictures, but they will give you, I can give you that information. So those 2 right there is $470, but it ends up being like a little over $500 that it would be just for that. Then every time the next one up, you get more programs. There's even a learning program. I haven't done any of these I haven't had the time. There's fitness. I have done fitness. I did stamina one time. I do bar work. I hadn't done it in 3 or 4 days. I went ahead and put the straps on and started doing the work. I couldn't believe how easy it was. I mean, easier it was than it was a few days ago. So I'm telling you, the frequencies are the thing. Here's another one, job, sleep, positive thoughts, a really good one. Well, because this is being recorded, I won't say. Someone I know has a husband that's not very positive. So she puts on the straps at night and turns on the machine. And when he falls asleep, she'll take it off. Positive thoughts has changed him within a week. Mental balance is another one. I'll go through these kind of quick. Beauty, skin elasticity is one I'm gonna be looking into real quick. This here is bioenergetic balance. And this here is where you got menopause, menstrual flexibility, hormones, intestines. Then you have number 2, gastrointestinal, bacterial, tonsils. Tonsils came up a lot for me, though I had them taken out in the 60s. So I was surprised that that was still coming up.
The energy's there.
Yeah, energy is still there.
The meridians, this is what I think would be cool because it's got large intestine, small intestine, gallbladder, heart, and bladder. So if any of these come up on your scan, then I would say you put the program for the microcurrents on your client and then you do that flow.
Right.
Pretty easy. I mean, no pulse reading, right? Heating a little. I'm sure Mary wouldn't be too happy about that, but we got technology now. She'll understand. Then the second one is got liver, lungs, lymphatic, stomach, spleen, pancreas. So, and also kidney. Then you have chakras. You can do all your chakras. The protection program is a good one too, because it has with the electromagnetic sensitivity for your computer. And then deep cycle, I haven't even really touched much. It has come up a little bit, but this is really intense programming for the frequencies. So they say you need to do the gold more for the first 2 months, 3 gold programs first. I kind of cheated a little bit because I was with my sister. So I've been really with the Healy on me pretty much daily for about a month only now. And I've seen a lot of changes, but one big one was when I was laying in bed last week and I was touching my stomach. I have 2 C-section scars plus a hernia scar, no feeling in the skin. I was touching it, I actually had feeling. And I'm touching them, I'm like, I've got feeling now. I haven't had feeling in 27, 8 years. I asked my husband who had surgery right here, jaw surgery, has no feeling. Sometimes he drools, you know, it happens. He started touching it, and he's only been on it for 3 weeks and he's actually getting feeling back. So I'm just saying, we've got the frequencies happening over here and a lot of crazy stuff that's moving and shifting thanks to, I believe, JSJ, good thoughts, happy thoughts, the Healy, eating clean, just doing everything right. So
Is there an additional like monthly fee for?
there is one that you can do a health advisory. It is an app that you can call them up and do a scan and that kind of thing. But I've got the Big Mac Daddy package. Just call me and we can do, we can do it that way. Some people don't want to get the full package. I totally understand that. But for the first few months, if you just get the basic one, you can do so much with it. And then they're constantly giving new programs out. In fact, I think October, they were supposed to come out with a language one for pets, because I have done pets with this one. They haven't, I forget the other one that they were supposed to design, but it was a third one. But call it crazy or weird or something. I went out, I don't speak fluent Spanish anymore, haven't for years. My parents were both Spanish, but when they came to the States, they only spoke English. So I learned it in high school, don't really practice it. Had a new long guy come, was trying to talk to him. Spanish started coming out of my mouth. And I'm just saying, I wasn't drinking, I wasn't on anything, it just came out. So I think it really, with the meditation and doing the Healy, it really opens up your third eye and communication with, you know, other energies out there. And you really start getting connected because all that information's out there. All you got to do is tap into it. That's why we dream, we tap into it. And I constantly ask my angels for help and guidance because they're there and they need to be asked. Otherwise, they're just there. Use them. They're there to be helping you. So, but that's another aspect all within itself. So I want to honor the time. I'm seeing that it's after 1 minute after. So I don't mind going longer. I can until 1, but I want to honor everybody else's time.
So you said that the package is about $500-$600, and then what? Because it showed us.
So then the next package adds more programs. I think like 5 more packages. So it's 500, 1,000, 1,500, and then the big ones like 2,500. But they have specials all the time. If you buy the lower package, and then they'll upgrade you when you purchase it. That's not happening right now. That was happening just after I bought it, actually, and we missed it by 3 days. I called up the company. They refunded me $994 because I bought the highest package. So the customer service is kind of growing and learning, but the product itself, well worth $500, hands down. Out of the amount of thousands of dollars I have spent on me trying to get better, I'm telling you, save your money. I would not promote something if I did not believe in it 110%. And I'm telling you, I believe in this just like I believe in JSJ. This is a gift brought to us. And I just want to share it with all, you know, other Jin practitioners because I really do believe in it. So, so again, we can look for specials. They also have a weekly call on Wednesdays. It's a corporate call where you zoom in. You can't really say anything but hi and goodbye. Or if you have questions, but there's thousands of people going on, you know, online to ask questions. Canada is not yet open for the Healy to come in. It was supposed to open, I think, August, and then something happened. I think people were trying to get them over there and they got caught. So they got kind of spanked a little bit. And now it's going to be delayed. I'm not sure when.
Health Canada is so, like, we are legally, CBD is legal in Canada, but it's not, right? Because I was with a company that, because I was interested in CBD oil for my clients that is without the THC. And it's an American made, organic, high quality. Every time it was shipped here, it disappeared. It never arrived.
Oh.
So then it's Health Canada because it's illegal between provinces. So it's legal, but it's illegal. So I think it's because they are working on it. I don't know, but I'm not surprised.
Right. Well,
The Facebook page might be a good place for you to look, Manjita, just to get an idea until it's available in Canada.
yeah.
I'm
I
sorry.
think there's a Facebook page that I invited to a few of you. I'm not sure even because I was getting tired toward the end. So there is a few Facebook pages I can send you to so you can see testimonials and other things. Just know that some people are not using the Facebook page properly. They're kind of complaining instead of making a testimony. So just know, again, the customer service has been revamped a couple times just in the United States. That's the problem. The product came, they didn't have the structure. People bought the stuff. And I think my sister waited 6 weeks to get her Healy. I got mine within 7 days, but I also prayed on it, manifested it, made it happen. The other 2 people, or the same day as me, didn't get their product yet. So again, it's all about intention. So,
Right. So I mentioned I think it was last week or the week before, that I ordered my grounding product, my earthing products, and they arrived while I was doing the astrology class and haven't had a chance to install it. But I also got the universal mat where I could put my feet on
the
it.
grounding.
Yes.
Yes.
And for those who don't, and it's not an MLM, so for those who don't have time to spend 20 minutes minimum on sand or grass or soil or whatever that would give you earthing, then you could hook this up and just put your feet there. And I should have done it because I found the online classes so draining.
Yeah.
And even after an hour, I found that I wasn't present anymore because it was so hard. But I'm definitely going to check it out. I got the pillow, I got the one for the bed, and then the universal mat. Because I thought the universal mat is great with the computer.
Yes. But it's probably all the blue light that you're receiving that's draining you. And that will also take away from your melatonin. That's why it's so important to be after sunset, your blue blocker glasses on, and no electronics. I mean, no TV, no cell phone, no computer, no laptop, nothing. And my husband and I made a list of things to do when you can't do all these things. And you know what we came up with? JSJ, doing in the moment, massaging each other, just being in the moment. I mean, other things, of course, cooking, prepping, but there's so many things we can do. Read a book.
Yeah.
That we can do, just not on the computer. We're too much on the computer, and it is making us in disharmony.
Yeah.
So just watch that.
Christian, it is, the earthing product is actually an American product. So I got mine from a Canadian distributor, but it's earthing, I think it's earthing.com. I can check it out and then share it on WhatsApp.
Thank
But
you.
it's an American product. There are 2 movies you could see. The reason why I got really excited about it was a fellow practitioner in Vancouver. Her husband has been very, very ill. In September last year, when I saw him for my birthday, he was so ill and he couldn't eat anything. And each time he went to the hospital to get tested, they just made him feel worse. And every test was giving him a graver, we think it's this and we think it's that. And so we did Jin Shin Jitsu on him, but not on a regular basis. And February, March, when everything went crazy, she did Jin Shin Jitsu on him as much as she could. But I saw him, I think about a month and a half ago, finally, since February. I was shocked. He was looking so good. So I'm like, what happened? This is awesome. He goes, let me show you. And he bought the pillowcase. He bought that bed mat. And yes, that's right, earthing.com. And he bought he was going to buy the universal mat. And he said 2 weeks of sleeping on it. And he said, I'm not well yet, but I'm like, but look at you. I'm going to go and buy this because this is amazing. I don't care about the rest of the world. I start with me first, right?
Right.
I watched 2 movies and I highly recommend you guys do, because this is an American who was very wealthy. And I think he came from the engineering background and he got very sick. And his family thought he was crazy because he gave away all his expensive art and belongings. He bought an RV and he traveled around. But then he started this thing because he wasn't feeling good. He had, I think, some pain or whatever. But watch the movie. One is called Earthing, the movie. And then the other one, I can share it on WhatsApp. And the other one is called The Grounded. And it's amazing. They actually did this little town in Alaska. They have a hotel that has earthing products. And people claim that they don't have arthritis pain, and it's really amazing. So I bought this and just haven't had the time to put it up. But I did help a friend of mine who's also a Jin Shin Jitsu practitioner, turning 90 on the 26th. And she bought it. She told me that she was having this dizziness. And she said the next day when she woke up, she says, the dizziness is there but slight and it's different. So she's sleeping on it every day, both the pillowcase and the earthing mat. Anyways, I just wanted to share with you guys. I have no testimonial personally, but I was Yaromir was my testimonial. When I saw that, I thought, I need this because I had an accident about 2.5 years ago. I'm still dealing with a lot of pain on my foot because I had 3 broken bones on my foot. And I got mine from the Canadian distributor, who is also a holistic practitioner, and gave me a discount. Because we are, you know, everything is in US dollars. For us, it's 30% more, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so for you, $600 only is a good, almost $850 for us.
Right.
So,
But again, if it harmonizes you, so you never go to the doctor again, why does the money matter? That's my opinion, because the value of it, I think, is much more worth. I mean, I would have paid thousands for it. Well, I did buy the big Mac Daddy, but regardless, the health and getting the JSJ word out there is what I want to do. And his goal, Marcus's goal that invented this, is to have every household have one of these, because it's like meditation, it's cumulative. The more people have it, in fact, on the website, we're sending Healy resonance to Oregon and all the fires in the United States. So they can do that for many different things. So I'll actually, that's one thing. I'll have to do it next time because we're out of time, but you can do it to a group. And I was going to take a picture of all of us and then send us harmonization, but I'll do that next time because hosting and doing 10 things is just a little too much. So next time, remind me, I will put us in the Healy for a group, and I'll send frequencies as a group during our talk, and then see how I can send it that way and see if anybody gets it that way.
fantastic. Thank you. Thank you.
So can we do a month-long retreat at your house? And do all that stuff?
If you guys, some can sleep outside, yes. I've got to ask my husband, but everybody's moved out, so why not?
I was looking at that chart where it said it takes 6 weeks to heal the liver and a month to do this and that. I'm like, oh, let's have the retreat at your place. And
Right.
you guys can heal us up.
Or you guys can buy the Healy and I can tell you what to do long distance. Either way, just saying. I mean, I would love to be with you guys because never have.
I was kidding. Don't be afraid that I'll show up on your doorstep.
I
I'm
wouldn't be
waiting for a
afraid.
month.
I wouldn't be afraid. It would be awesome. We'll go see Palma and then Christina up north. So
Yeah,
it'll be a good thing.
that would be fun.
Let's come to Canada.
There you go.
Yeah, that's better weather for me up there. Although not as warm for grounding.
Right.
Well,
Well, thank you very much, everybody, for participating, for your time, for your thoughts, for your testimonies. I appreciate it. Much love out there. I will follow up with everything with links and any information anybody that because I see a chat, but I can't read it. And again, we'll meet again. I'm assuming next week with Christina to host, and sending her much love and harmony during this hard time with what's going on with her. So we'll see everybody next week and have a blessed week.
Thank you, Bridget.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.